Hey there, Gemini, and welcome to your week of November 15th, 2021 general tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your general energies coming into this week, some possible challenges and possible outcome cards for you. We're going to clarify all those cards and tie everything off with an oracle card at the end, so you're going to want to stick around for all that. These are general readings, though, Gemini, so some, all, or none of it may resonate with you. If it does resonate, that's fantastic. If some of it doesn't or all of it doesn't, it's just not your message or not part of it, so don't try to make something fit that doesn't. So without further ado, Gemini, with that all underway, let's get into your reading, all right? We got the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Temperance card here for you, for your energy, Gemini. So we got the Temperance card here, so sign of Sagittarius. So you might have Sagittarius in your chart, might be dealing with a Sagittarius at this time. Oh, excuse me. But I feel like you're in a good place because you're being very flexible at this time and experimental, as well as being quite patient as well with the Knight of Cups. The second slowest knight in the deck, knights are generally pretty impulsive. So I feel like you're being a little more wait and see than some of the other knights. So we're kind of moving slowly and steadily. I notice here in your reading, water seems to be a big thing for you because we have water and what appears to be mountains as well. Appears to be a big theme we've got going on. We've got mountains, water in all your cards here so far. So maybe that means something to you. Maybe you live by a river or by a body of water of some sort here, or maybe near mountains, or both. Could be something there. Maybe that's clicking with you a little more than some others, but yeah, like I say, I just feel like you're being very experimental, flexible at this time, right? And we've got you being patient as well, trusting the process, that sort of thing here. With the Ten of Swords here as well, you might have recently come off of something that kind of ended abruptly, and maybe that's why you're kind of moving into this kind of energy where you are being more patient and flexible and stuff, just taking your time. Because like things like this, when the Ten of Swords ends, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off, and there's generally nothing you can do about it, right? It's sort of it just blink and you miss it kind of ending to something. So I feel like for you, you feel like, yeah, just take my time, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? You might reach a point where the Band-Aid's coming off regardless. It doesn't matter how much time you took or not here. So you might as well enjoy the time, enjoy the ride, and enjoy the scenic route you're taking here. So I like that a lot. So let's take a look here and see what we got here for you for your potential challenges. Gemini, see what we got going on. Got the Ace of Cups. Got the Five of Swords. You got the Page of Swords. All right. So clarity seems to be a bit of a problem for you here. We got a lot of clouds in your reading, even more clouds here with the Ace of Cups, sort of that smoky, ethereal, whatever you want to call it there, around the hando. But it just feels like clarity is a problem for you at this time. Maybe you're not seeing all ends, or you're not seeing the perspective that you'd like to. So very interesting there. With the Page of Swords, maybe you want to reach out to somebody, but you're a little afraid to again, just because of that clarity problem. You're just not sure maybe how a person feels, or if you should reach out. If you're like, well, maybe I should ask, the boss or somebody for help or something like that, or ask a friend for help, but you're just not sure. You're like, I don't want to bring that up, that sort of thing, just in case something bad happens. With the Five of Swords here as well, it just feels like again, we don't know all ends. We have that clarity problem we're having, but it's more of we're trying to win, and we kind of got the blindfolds on, where it's like, this is our goal and this is all we're moving towards. Like back here, you're moving with the intention of achieving your goal and having a victory. But I feel like through the lens of let's be flexible, let's take our time. So it's like the blinders are on and you're moving slow, but I feel like you're moving slow with purpose here. And it's sort of we'll get there when we get there. We'll try some different paths and stuff, but mainly whatever's in front of us, we're not going to look around. We're not going to be like, okay, we can go down, all these other paths. There's more to the world than just kind of like our tunnel vision that we have. But I feel like you're looking to, but it's like there's more to the world than that tunnel vision you have, but it's like we have that tunnel vision at this time. With the Ace of Cups here as well, emotional fulfillment and emotional, overflowing positive emotion might be a challenge for you at this time because it's, all work and no play, that kind of a thing, right? Where we're taking our time, being flexible, and just work, 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 work. So let's take a look and see what we got for some clarifiers, some potential outcome cards here for you, Gemini. See what's going on with you there. See what we can get to hopefully help you out here. Got the Wheel of Fortune, Zawoldo, I like that, and the Hermit. Lots of major arcana in your resolution, so that's good. That's always a strong sign when you have a lot of major arcana in a reading, and even your resolution. And so far, it's just major arcana, so that's really strong. You're coming in a powerful way, so I like that. We got the Hermit here, sign of Virgo. May have Virgo in your chart, might be dealing with a Virgo. Same as the Sagittarius with the Temperance here, so, might be the case. But with the Hermit, it's, again, we're talking about mountains. So you have a bit of a theme with mountains here, where, and what do mountains get near? They get near the clouds. So I feel like this is like you got your head in the clouds a bit, maybe, this time. But you see here, the Hermit has no clouds around him. Everything's pretty good. The Wheel of Fortune does have clouds, and so does the World. But they're a little different here in this case. We'll talk with them in just a second, but the Hermit has no clouds around him. He has the clarity because he's using his lantern there with the star inside of it to guide himself forward. Like, it feels like you need to reflect and find what you really want in your life here in order to guide yourself forward. So I feel like, just maybe take some time to reflect, some time to meditate. And, you're certainly patient here with the Knight of Cups. You're certainly patient, that's for sure. So I feel like, just be patient. It takes as long as it takes for you to figure this stuff out. With the Wheel of Fortune and the World, they're a little different where we're talking about the clouds. Like, the Wheel of Fortune spins regardless. Spins regardless of whether it itself can see, like whether there's clouds around it or not. It spins based on what you're doing. So if you're putting in positivity or negativity, the Wheel of Fortune will continue to spin that towards you. So, that's how people can kind of sometimes, I feel, get stuck in cycles of negativity, is because you're focusing so much on the negativity instead of focusing on the positivity and getting in a cycle of positivity, right? So if you're in a positive mindset, just keep it up. The wheel is going to keep giving that back to you. But if you're in a negative mind space, you're going to want to change that around. So the wheel turns it around for you too. So I love that. The World. The World is surrounded by clouds, but the person inside the World has no clouds. So where they're at in their own kind of little bubble, their world, they have clarity. They can see, right? And the World is about a big time completion. So I feel like you need that clarity. You need the guiding light in order to have this big completion that the World represents. The World is the last card of the major arcana. It represents a big time climax, a big time conclusion, a big time resolution completion, right? So I feel like here in your future, once you have that clarity, once you're in that positive mindset and you're guiding yourself forward, you're going to arrive at that big time completion. So I'm loving all that. So let's get into your clarifiers here. Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it so much. We're going to tie everything off with an oracle card at the end, so you're going to want to stick around for that as well. But thank you so much for making it just this far, and I appreciate it. And let's get in to your clarifiers. We got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, interesting, and the Page of Wands. All right, we got 2 pages and 3 aces. Whew. Look at that. We're only missing the Ace of Swords now. So the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups being in here, that's a big time beginning, as well as with the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords as well. We got this big time start for you. I feel like you're heading in the right direction for all the right reasons. It's just, again, we're a little muddied. We're a little kind of cloudy, a little lacking clarity at this time. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles wants you to start off something new, plant some seeds, grow those seeds as well, grow that abundance. The Ace of Wands wants you to just go for it, start up whatever that idea is. And with the Page of Wands, using that idea, you know, gather information, look into what you want and such, and look into how achievable this is and what work you might need to do to kind of, replan, rejigger, you know, that kind of thing. That where we kind of like adjust the plan and stuff like that in order to get what we want. With the Knight of the Knight of Cups and the Temperance card here as well. I feel like you have the patience, you have the will to experiment, to be flexible, to, you know, see whatever path you need to achieve those things. So again, I feel like you're in that right mind space and you're starting off in a really strong way. It's just a matter of this clarity problem. What is going on there? So let's get some clarifiers for that as well here, Gemini. We're starting things off with more swords, the 9 of Swords this time. And the 8 of Swords, wow. And the Knight of Pentacles, yeah. Slow moving energy here with the Knight of Pentacles. Slowest knight in the deck. So I feel like things maybe feel like they're grinding to a halt. Like you started off really hot, but now we're kind of like, oh wow, this isn't going as well as I want it to here. With the 9 and 8 of Swords, we've really put on some restrictions on yourself, and there's a lot of fears about what could happen, what's potential outcomes, or what you think is going to happen versus what is actually objectively happening. So yeah, I just feel like you need to kind of clear your head. I feel like those clouds that we've been talking about is just that negativity. It's that lack of clarity. It's that lack of knowing where all ends are going to be. It's about that, you know, feeling like you have to put the restrictions on because you can't see ahead. So it's like we don't want to run into a wall or something. We don't want to move forward just because we can't see, you know, necessarily all the way in the distance, right? Because we got our head clouds here. So let's take a look and see what we got for your potential outcome cards here. Got the 7 of Wands, the Tower, and the 2 of Cups. 7 of Wands, stand your ground, defend your position. I feel like you're heading in the right direction. It's just like we need that clarity, right? We just really need that clarity. We need to find out where we stand, where we're headed, all that, like we were talking about with the Hermit. But once you're there, it's like you just stand your ground, and it's like, yeah, this is it. This is what I'm going for, and I'm committing to it. With the Tower here, it's a big time change. You need a big time change to find this clarity, to find what you need in your life. The Tower is a card of a change that needs to happen in order for you to progress in your journey to make it to the world, to make it to that big time completion. So yeah, I feel like I said with the Hermit, you need that big time completion. You need that big time, you know, clarity, the guiding light, whatever you call it. And we got the 2 of Cups here as well. It's a decision you got to make, right? 2s in tarot represent decisions, choices that need to be made. So I feel like with the 2 of Cups here, you just need to make a choice. Are you going to continue down the road you've been going down that's been kind of slow and, you know, you kind of are lacking the clarity, or are you going to stop and kind of take it in the lay of the land, get to that mountaintop, see, you know, that figurative mountaintop, of course, and see, like, where am I going? Like, what am I doing? Like, what is the big picture here? So I'm liking all that. So let's get into your Oracle card here, Gemini, and see what we got to wrap everything off with. I appreciate you making it this far. Hopefully this is helping out and resonating with you here. But thank you again, and let's get to your Oracle card here, Gemini. All right, we'll shuffle up. Give her one more little shuffle. How about? All right, let's see what we got. Well, if I can get a card out of here. The Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. Yeah, ba-boom. What more can I say about that? You know, you just need to part the clouds, see clearly. You know, we get the lay of the land. Look at the big picture here, Gemini. And I feel like once you do, you're going to be in a phenomenal position. So that is fantastic. If you want to help out the channel, though, Gemini, you can of course leave a like down below. That helps out the channel a lot, lets YouTube know you enjoyed the content. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and that lets you know when I upload new videos, and it'll be easier to find when I do upload those videos. You can check back on the channel every week. And of course, you can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign videos too after this one, and see what might all be coming for you in the week ahead. Thank you again for being here, Gemini, and I hope to see you in the next video.